Remember that we are working in the Safari web browser rather than the app on the iPad itself. The web gives you more options to work with. Just be sure that you scroll all the way to the bottom of the Google Drive homepage and click on the desktop version, then confirm that you want to work in the desktop version. We'll start with inserting comments. I have opened up a document that a group of my learners created last year. This is a scholarly article annotated bibliography that they created, and you can see when I scroll down that on the right side of an article they have provided, there are lots of comments in the margin. When I click on it, it highlights the text that they have notated with their comments on the right. It also will expand to show a full note because they identify quite a bit of information here. To insert a comment, you highlight a word or a chunk of text, and click Insert Comment. Then all you have to do is type in your comment and click Comment. And you can see that it now has my name attached to it, whereas the comments that were already here were by someone else, one of my students. This is a very useful tool for many different reasons. As I have already demonstrated, this is a way for me to provide immediate feedback for my learners' work. So when I have a Google Doc that they are working on open on my iPad or computer, I can easily have a conversation with them without actually being next to them. I've also found that I can have one-on-one conversations with one learner or a group of learners who need a little bit more direction and be commenting on another learner or group of learners document who just need a little bit of direction but not necessarily that one-on-one conversation. Since Google Drive automatically saves all work done with it, as soon as a comment is written, the learner can view it. Everything is done in real time. Learners can also comment on each other's work. Another way I have used comments, as I've done here, is for text annotation. Learners can copy and paste articles into Google Docs, such as this one here, and then use the comment feature themselves to make notes and ask questions of the text. This is something that I can easily track and something that will help them organize their learning process as well. Any user able to edit the document can read the comments, so this is a really easy and neat way to check annotations. The next thing we're going to talk about is viewing the revision history of a document. When working on this same document, I'm going to show you a very handy tool that allows you to track progress on a document and also revert back to versions that were done previously. Since Google Drive automatically saves all changes that are made, you don't have the option of not saving your work. But because Google is also automatically saving all of the changes that you made previously, you can go back to any version you want. To view the revision history of a file created or edited in Google Drive, you click File, See Revision History, and a bar will come up on the right, which will show every single person who has made any changes on a document. As I said previously, this allows you to keep all of your work, but let's say you do an hour's worth of changes to a document and then decide you don't like any of those changes because your coffee hadn't quite kicked in or somebody else who has editing privileges on the document made some changes that you're not really fond of. You can go back to any version of the document you want and it will restore your work. The second reason this is a cool feature is for when Google Drive is used for collaboration. At first glance, you can see that there are lots and lots of different timestamps for what has been revised. What's really neat is that these colors on the right note who made what changes to the document. So I have a green square by my name, so when I click on my name to see what changes I made, document, they will appear in green. And then when I see pink, that will correspond to another person who has edited on this document. And I can see exactly what she did when she made these changes. As a facilitator, I have found this feature to be invaluable. It is a very easy way to hold individual learners accountable for their work within a collaborative setting by checking the revision history of a file. You can also see when work is done. So if a learner is really struggling to turn in work on time or to turn in work complete, you can see when the work is being done. If they're starting their work at midnight the night before it's due, obviously there's your problem. So this concludes our final video in the Google Drive 101 video series. We hope that all of this information has been very helpful to you for the how-to part of Google Drive, and when we get to this session, we're really going to focus on how we can use Google Drive in the new transformed classroom setting with all of the students having their iPads this year.